Mowzie's Mobs is a popular mod that throws powerful bosses and deadly enemies your way, all within an atmospheric environment with seamless animations. It will test your combat abilities to the limit. First, we have the Ferrous Wroughtnaut, which can be found in small underground pockets in the underground world. This armored knight is neither a man or statue, as it will attack any living being that approaches its chamber. It cannot easily be damaged as it is made of titanium. This behemoth comes equipped with 5 devastating attacks. Its regular swing alone deals massive damage. It does 30 points of damage per swing. When the Ferrous Wroughtnaut's health drops below half, it gains the ability to perform a double swing combo. Once its health falls below 25%, it can execute a triple swing combo. The Wroughtnaut randomly stomps the ground with its foot, causing some nearby blocks to be launched in an upward direction, while dealing up to 6 damage to nearby mobs and knocking them back. The Wroughtnaut brings down its axe with a powerful slam, inflicting 30 damage on impact and embedding the axe in the ground. While the axe is stuck, the Wroughtnaut becomes vulnerable and can be harmed at the wound on its back. Defeating the Ferrous Wroughtnaut, with its hefty 40 health points, rewards the player with the Just a Flesh Wound advancement and 2 valuable drops. One is the Wrought Helmet, offering a distinct Viking appearance along with an unbreakable perk. Second, the Axe of 1,000 Metals. This is a powerful axe that does 9 damage with an attack speed of 0.9, while right-clicking gives the ability to the player to swing the axe side by side, causing 7 damage per hit. And if crouched and right-click, the player can slam the floor to cause a shockwave, dealing 9 damage to player around him or her. Next, we have the Foliaaths. These carnivorous plants devour anything that crosses their path. Foliaaths naturally spawn in jungle environments. Foliaaths start off looking like harmless ferns, completely inactive and invulnerable. But as soon as something gets close, they spring to life, revealing their heads and attacking with vicious bites. When there's nothing left to attack, they return to their dormant state. When killed, Foliaaths occasionally drop a Foliaath seed. These then can be planted on grass and podzol blocks to get a baby Foliaath. After planting, you'll need to wait 2 days for it to grow into a baby Foliaath. Once it's in this stage, you'll need to feed it meat twice a day. Just toss the meat into its mouth, and eventually, it will mature into a fully grown Foliaath. Be cautious, though. The adult Foliaath will still be wild and may attack you. Frostmaws are formidable creatures native to the snowy regions. With their immense size, remarkable speed, and deadly ice breath, they are nearly unbeatable foes. These beasts protect a valuable ice crystal, capable of releasing raw winter energy when used. When a player approaches or attacks a sleeping Frostmaw, it awakens and swallows its crystal if it still has one. The Frostmaw then initiates its roar attack before engaging the player in combat, alternating between various attacks as it fights. The Frostmaw has 4 distinct attacks. One of its moves is a swipe that deals 9 damage to everything within its line of sight. The next attack, known as Roar, sends pulsating energy through the ground, knocking back nearby mobs and players and forcing them away. The breathing ice attack is similar to Roar, but instead of knocking the player back, the Frostmaw expels ice using its ice crystal. This gradually slows the player and ultimately freezes them in place. However, the Frostmaw won't use this attack if its crystal has been stolen. When the Frostmaw's health drops below 60%, it will occasionally rise onto its hind legs and slam the ground in front of it, inflicting 36 damage to anything in its path. When the Frostmaw is defeated, with its massive 220 health points, it drops its ice crystal. Alternatively, the crystal can be stolen by quickly reaching its hand before it closes. With an ice crystal in hands performing the right-click action, an icy whirlwind will start. The whirlwind deals 1 attack damage to enemies in front of the player. After 3 seconds, the entity will freeze, being unable to move for a short moment. Moving on to our next mob are the Nagas. These are large, flying, hostile mobs found around the stony shore biomes. These venomous winged serpents can spit acid at their enemies from a distance and inflict massive damage. When a player approaches a Naga, it will launch an attack by either spitting a ball of acid that deals 5 to 6 hearts of damage, along with poison damage. Nagas can also swoop down on players at high speeds doing a spinning animation and inflict 4 to 5 hearts of damage. The Naga is also able to dodge arrows, though it is possible to hit it with precise arrow shots, but still quite difficult. Once a Naga is killed, it will flail and fall to the ground, dropping a Naga Fang. These then can be used to craft a unique item called the Naga Fang Dagger. To craft it, you'll need a Naga Fang, an iron ingot, and a stick. The dagger itself inflicts poison damage and deals double damage when striking an enemy from behind. While exploring the savanna, you may encounter a pack of Umvuthanas. These bird-like creatures scorch the ground beneath them as they walk and will hunt and attack players, cows, sheep, and nearly anything that moves. They wear various masks symbolizing the idea of fear, misery, rage, and bliss. The Umvuthanas are led by the Umvuthana's raptor, the pack's leader, attacking anything he targets. Once the raptor is defeated, the pack disbands. When Umvuthana raptors are defeated, they may drop 1 to 2 feathers along with the Mask of Fury. This mask increases the user's strength by 1 and can also be used to summon Umvuthana raptors when combined with Sol Visage, which we will touch on a bit later. When defeating other Umvuthanas, they may drop the masks of bliss, fear, misery, or rage. These masks give different attributes depending on what is worn. Mask of Bliss provides Jump Boost 1. The Mask of Fear offers Swiftness 1. The Mask of Misery grants Resistance. The Mask of Rage gives Haste 1, and the Mask of Faith grants you a health boost. Next, we have the Umvuthi. He sits on his throne and never moves from it. He passively regains 1 health every 0.5 seconds while not in combat. He has 6 unique moves, one of which is Sunstrike. This move summons a lightning-like strike at the target's location, inflicting 4.5 damage and setting entities within a small radius on fire for 5 seconds. Once you get in melee range to Umvuthi, he might cast a solar flare, dealing 5 damage to nearby entities, causing them to get knocked back. When Umvuthi's health drops to 75 or below, he summons Umvuthana cranes to heal him, granting him an unbreakable shield that lasts until the cranes are defeated. When Umvuthi's health falls below 60, he begins firing a solar beam at his target for 2.75 seconds, dealing 2 damage to all entities in its path. When there are less than 5 Umvuthanas nearby, he will spit out up to 6 Umvuthana from his beak-like mouth, spawning multiple Umvuthanas to protect him from danger. Umvuthi's most powerful attack involves raising his hand to form a massive energy ball that pulls the player toward him, followed by a devastating ground explosion that destroys everything in its path. Upon Umvuthi's defeat, he drops an item mentioned earlier, the Soul Visage. This mask not only provides 2 additional armor points, but also grants new abilities. While wearing it, you can summon Umvuthanas by right-clicking their mask, and they will fight alongside you. There's also a powerful effect that you can obtain called the Sun's Blessing. To get this effect, you need to locate another Umvuthi. Wear the Sol Visage mask and trade the Umvuthi for 7 gold blocks. Upon receiving the Unlimited Blessing, you have now been granted the abilities of the Umvuthi. When right-clicking, you can now cast down Sunstrikes at will. This will also start your Sun's Blessing timer of 60 minutes. Sneaking and right-clicking now cast solar beams at your enemies. Sneak left-click will cast a solar flare. And finally, you can cast a supernova by sneaking, left and right clicking at the same time. This will cost the entire Sun's Blessing time, so use it wisely. Grottols are small crystal creatures found deep in caves, known for being a rare source of diamonds. They quickly flee and burrow when approached, but can be killed with 1 hit from an iron or better pickaxe, dropping a diamond. If your pickaxe is enchanted with Silk Touch, you can capture them instead. Lanterns are common passive mobs found in forest biomes. They are small, glowing jellyfish-like creatures that float around dark forests at nighttime. When killed, lanterns can sometimes drop luminous jelly. When eaten, you will gain night vision for a minute.